clan, welcome back to my channel. So I have a really exciting video today, and fun fact, I have already tried to film this video 3 times. We're just gonna go ahead and refilm it. I guess 3rd time's the charm, am I right? So we're gonna try this again. We're gonna give it a 3rd shot. So we don't need no corrupted footage, we don't need no messy hair days. We just need a nice video where I can show you guys how to make pumpkin spice lattes, and we can just bring in fall and get going. Couple things. First, I wanted to shout out the company Oak and Bond because I recently did a review on them, which I will pop up there and down below as well if you guys want to watch that. And the company was awesome. They watched the video, they loved it, they sent me a thank you card in the mail, and it meant a lot to me, so I wanted to give that company a giant shout out, and if you guys haven't tried their coffee, I would highly recommend. And then the second thing is that if I seem a little drained, I am. We just got back from a trip to Asheville, North Carolina, and I'm very tired. So that's why there's suitcases and everything laying around. So we're just gonna go ahead and get right into this video. We're gonna film pumpkin spice latte, and yeah, let's get going. So the first thing that you guys are going to do to make this drink is you're going to need syrup. So you could go to the store and get pumpkin spice latte syrup, or you can make your own, which tastes better and ultimately makes the drink that much better. So I have a recipe for you of my very own pumpkin spice latte syrup, and I have finagled with it a bunch. Last year I perfected it, and so I am giving it to you guys, and don't share it with anyone because it's a secret. It's a secret recipe, you know what I'm saying? Even though I'm putting it out there on YouTube for the world to see. But let's just keep this between you and I. What you need for this drink is very simple. You're going to need some sweetened condensed coconut milk, some pure vanilla extract, pumpkin pie spice, brown sugar, dark or light, and last but not least, pumpkin puree. So once you have all the ingredients, you are ready to start your syrup. So we are going to take a pan and put 1 1/2 cup of water in it. After you have that, you're going to take your brown sugar and you're going to add 1 1/2 cup of brown sugar to the pan as well. You're going to bring it to a boil until all the sugar melts into it, and then we will get going with the next step. Okay, you guys, so our little mixture has just came to a slight boil, which is perfect timing for the next step. The next step is you want to add 1 cup of pumpkin puree and 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. Now, this is what I like about this recipe. You can make it whatever you want it. So, for example, I really like my pumpkin spice lattes, very pumpkin-y tasting. So I'm gonna add just a little bit extra of pumpkin puree, but you don't have to if you don't want to. It will still taste really good, but it's up to you. You can also add more pumpkin pie spice at this point if you would like as well. Now, once you've added all that in, you want to bring the stove down to about medium and just kind of let it simmer for a while, but make sure that you continue to stir it because you want to stir all the chunks in. So right now, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it is pretty chunky, so you want to make sure that you continue to stir all of those chunks into it, and don't do the next step until it is all stirred in. Now, when you're ready to do the next step, what you're gonna look for is for the syrup to kind of thicken up a little bit. Once it starts to thicken up, then you can go ahead and add condensed milk. All right, guys, so at this point, your syrup should be completely non-chunky and you are ready to do the next step. Now, this is a dairy-free recipe. I bet you it would probably taste better or just the same if you added regular dairy condensed milk. I can't have that, which is why it took me so long to perfect this recipe and to figure out what you could use for it. This is my personal favorite brand to use. I've tried a couple other brands, it didn't turn out the same. It was chunky, it was gross, was not a fan. So this is the best one that I could find, and I would highly recommend doing this one as well. Alright, you guys, so we just added the sweetened condensed coconut milk to our mixture, which gives it that now familiar look to a pumpkin pie syrup that you would see at coffee shops, which is a very thick, creamy, light-colored pumpkin type of look to it. So the next and final step is to add our vanilla extract. And I am so sorry, I don't have a measurement for this. My best guess for you would be probably a teaspoon and a half, something along those lines. I normally just take it and go like this really quickly, and whatever comes out, comes out. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the pumpkin puree in here, and then we're gonna cover them and put them in the fridge with a date on it. So the pumpkin puree, this pumpkin spice latte syrup that we're making, will actually last last you 2 weeks if you keep it in the fridge and put it in the fridge right away. So we're gonna go ahead and transfer our mixture into these glasses. Hey guys, so we now have 3 full cups, well, almost full, 2.5, of our pumpkin spice latte syrup. PSL syrup. This is our syrup, okay? And it's in 3 jars. Wow, I look like a ghost with this lighting. Okay, you guys, I do apologize for the lighting, but this is the best I can do with my kitchen. Anyways, now we're over here by my espresso maker, and I'll kind of tilt you guys down so you can see it a little bit better. So, you know, I guess we'll just work with this angle because this is the best we can do. So, I'm gonna go ahead and go over how to craft a pumpkin spice latte drink with you guys. This is the Mr. Coffee Barista Espresso Maker, and I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys how to do it on this machine for a couple different reasons. Number 1, it's cool to see, and number 2, if you don't have one and you're thinking about getting an espresso machine, this is a good thing for you guys to watch to see if you would like something like this or if you want something a little bit different. This frothing mechanism is kind of broken right now. It works sometimes, so we're gonna give it a try, and if it works, awesome, and if not, I'm gonna show you guys how to froth milk without it, which is really easy. So the first thing that you want to do is turn your espresso maker on, and before you turn it on, I always like to make sure that there's water in the reservoir, which this one is in the back of the espresso maker, so it is right here. And it's kind of just like a Keurig. You just pull it out and you add water to it. And it does take a little bit to heat up, so we're gonna give it a second. And in the meantime, we're going to pack our espresso shot in this. This is what the espresso comes out of. So there's 2 parts, and I think mine's also missing a part. So this is what we're working with. You wanna stick it right down there, push it down, and so it looks like this. I have been using this. This has been my go-to, but I really, really like how the Colombian blends taste with it as well. But for now, we're just gonna use the Starbucks espresso blend for our espresso. And this is about how I pack mine. You're gonna wanna take out this little reservoir next, and right here is how you can change the latte foam. I always like to have it set about in the middle right there. I don't like mine super foamy, but I do like them pretty foamy. And this little toggle controls where it comes out right here. So you want to make sure this is pointed into your glass when you do it. And on the back right here is how the milk is frothed. It comes up through this little straw into here and comes out right here all frothed. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some milk in here. And like I said, sometimes my frother doesn't work, but hopefully it works for this video. And just put it right back into your machine. Once these lights look like this, you are ready to begin, but we are not quite ready yet. We need to get our cup and we need to get our ingredients. So what we're gonna do first is take our pumpkin pie latte syrup, and you want a pretty good amount. So I usually put in about this much because it's not as concentrated as all of the other, you know, Starbucks and stuff, but I found that about this much, which is probably equivalent to about 3 tablespoons, is perfect. So now that we have that, we're going to take our espresso shot and we're going to put it into our coffee barista. We're going to take our cup and we're going to put it underneath. Now this is where the fun begins. We get to make our latte. So I first start with a double latte. Now this has kind of been the case with this machine. I don't know if all the machines do this or not. I cannot tell you that. I got this machine from a friend who didn't want it anymore, and I've been having issues with it from day one. So I don't know, like, my opinion would be that I really like this for espresso, and when it works for frothing, it's great, but 90% of the time it just does that where it froths it a little bit. So I guess that's good because now I can show you guys the simplest way to froth your own milk for a latte. You can get this on Amazon. It's really, really cheap. This has been my favorite go-to for frothing milk. Like, I've done it many different ways. This is the best way. We're gonna stick it in the microwave for about a minute, minute and a half, and then we're gonna take out the milk and we are going to froth it and then add it to our latte. All right, you guys, my camera just died, but that's okay. I can film the rest of this on my phone. So we just have to give it a quick taste test. Y'all, this is so good. I swear to you, this recipe kicks butt. All right, guys, so thank you so much for watching my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing to me. We are so close to hitting 1,000, which I never thought would happen. And if you guys like coffee, if you like traveling, coffee and traveling, which go hand in hand, then you should subscribe, because on this channel, drink coffee, travel often is our motto. And until next time, drink coffee, travel often. Bye.